Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. I am going to do a twin flame runner video. So I'm not dedicating it to masculine or feminine because I feel like I just feel like compelled to do a runner because lately I've been meeting a lot of runners who are not masculine, they're feminine. So meaning that they are women. So that kind of like, I don't know, intrigues me, and it kind of gives me more of a sense to direct this towards runners instead of masculine or feminine. So I just felt inspired. So we're gonna just pull energy and see, what the runners need to do. And if you're a runner, you will know because you are scared shitless of this connection and it terrifies you to the point where you are in love with this person but you refuse to speak to them. And if you are a chaser or stayer, is what I like to call it, you're more so like, all right, I know that I love you, but I'm not chasing after you. Or maybe you are chasing after them, but like you're not scared of the connection. You are more so like aware of what's happening and you kind of have more of a clue about it. Whereas the runners, they kind of get all this energy and they're like, I don't know what to do with this energy. And they kind of feel like, this person would be better off without me because I'm a mess right now and I don't know what to do with this energy. So I'm just going to leave them be and let them thrive and do what they're doing. And I'm just going to keep my messiness to myself, which is very noble. And to an extent, we do appreciate that. But that's just differentiating the way you can determine whether or not you are a chaser or a runner. And there's a misconception actually about the energy, because when you are chasing or you are trying to control a situation, you are actually embodying more of a masculine energy, whereas if you are just avoiding and kind of just like being and doing your own thing, that is more of a feminine energy. So there is a little bit of a misconception there with that and the flip-flop of terminology. So a masculine energy is, taking action, doing the work, doing stuff like that. So if you think about, the feminine energy is more of like nurturing and, taking care of things and just kind of like being still. So I feel like once you become more balanced, you kind of get into a stayer energy. So you're not chasing, but you're not running. You're just kind of doing your own thing. You're holding space basically. So when you feel balanced, that's when you can be considered a stayer. So there's all this terminology, but basically runners are the ones that are avoiding, and a lot of times they are the male being, so it does kind of confuse things a little bit. But the issue is that they're too far into a I'll call it a false masculinity, where they feel like they have to be this noble, headstrong person who can't admit their internal feelings, and they are kind of feeling like weak because the effect this person has on them. So they don't feel like they can handle it, and as opposed to pulling all their mess onto this other person, they're like, I'm just gonna leave you alone and I think that's better for you. So they kind of like go into more of a passive energy, which is an unbalanced feminine energy, if that makes sense. So they need to work on that, whereas the female person or the overly masculine energy, but they're embodying a feminine, this is where it gets confusing. They're too far in a masculine energy, mostly due to trauma. So a lot of feminine females will have a lot of trauma, which causes them to need to be in control to feel safe. So once you're balanced and all that happens, you no longer feel the need to make shit happen. You are like, you know what, I'm good on my own. I'm just going to be here. If you want to join me, you're more than welcome, but I'm not chasing after you because it's exhausting and I don't need to do that to be happy. So once you get there, congratulations, that's awesome. But this reading, now that I've rambled forever, is going to be for the runner energy, just because, I don't know, it's what's coming to mind, what I want to know about. fighting on me. So we got the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. And then in reverse, we got financial constraints. So I feel like that is what has been holding up the connection, like financial issues. And the runner has been too kind of like focused on this to put any energy into his divine partner. So what's happening though is he's awakening. So I hate to use he because obviously it's not always a he from what I just said, but they are awakening, and they're awakening to this connection, and they're starting to see that these financial constraints really don't matter, and this other person isn't going to judge them for it, and they actually don't need to have perfection or, you know, every last duck in a row in order to come forward and embrace the connection. And they're starting to get that through their intuition. Like their guides are really starting to like show them that no matter what, this other person's gonna love them, and they don't need to feel less than because they don't necessarily have their finances, you know, where they want to be. And I don't think anybody really does, but you know, some people just get in their head and they're like, oh, I need this to be perfect because I can't, you know, come in with nothing. You're not coming in with nothing. Your divine partner wants your love. They don't want your money. All right, so this came out upside down. So the 1st chakra, Archangel Michael, your root chakra is needing balancing. So Archangel Michael like protects the twins to no end, and you can feel when he's around because you may see like blue flashes, like little orb flashes of blue, and if you meditate and ask him to come in, he most certainly will. So if you call and ask for protection and healing for your root chakra, he will most definitely come and assist you, because his mission in the astral realm is to protect and to help twins come together. So he would love nothing more than if you were to call on him and ask for some guidance or some help. Alrighty, let's see what y'all are working on. All right, so we got solidarity. So runners, it says, I respect the power of solidarity and look for opportunities to unleash it. When a loved one has to do something tough, I'll heed their often silent but sometimes loud and whiny call and participate in the toughness with them. Everything is easier when a partner, cohort, sidekick joins you. The only thing that is not easier is feeling resentment. So what I'm getting from this is, and I was intuitively like told this a long time ago, that like the runners kind of know what their shortcomings are. They know what they need to work on, whereas the chasers don't. They're kind of oblivious to what's wrong with them. Not saying anything's wrong with anybody, but like the chasers don't necessarily, and I speak from experience, I have a hard time knowing what my blocks are, what I need to work on, you know. Not that I think I'm perfect, but I'm so used to my defense mechanisms that I don't necessarily see them as a problem. So whereas the runners, they know what their problems are. They know where their problem areas are. They're more hyper aware, and that's where they get that mentality, like, you know, I'm not good enough, something's wrong with me, you know, I need to fix X, Y, and Z before I can come in for this person. Whereas the chasers are like, no, let me love you right now while I'm a hot mess. So this card is basically showing that like your masculines or your runners are always there with you. You know, they want to be there for you and to, you know, comfort you while you're, you know, healing and getting through all your traumas. And, you know, even like they may want you to be there while they heal their traumas as well and to like help them. So I have a feeling that, you know, some of the masculines or feminines, whoever, the runners may be reaching out to the now stayers who are in a more grounded like position for some help, or vice versa. They may be reaching out to help you with whatever you have going on right now. All right, we got giving. I welcome the idea of give and take in my relationships, and I eagerly practice the give part. By giving freely, I discovered just how fun giving really is. Giving my time, care, and attention to someone else actually gives me good feelings, which makes me want to give even more. So this is basically saying, you know, asking the runners that it's time to give now. Like you've, you know, run and run and run, and now it's time to, you know, give to your divine counterpart and, you know, be a little more selfless instead of selfish with your time and your energy and attention. Because a lot of times when you are in that energy of running and you feel like you're doing it from a place of love, which you are 100%, because I agree that the chasers need to figure themselves out and get to a more balanced, grounded place in order to be in your energy. But at the same time, like, they also get to a certain point where they're ready to have you in their life, and it would greatly benefit the connection to be able to give and receive the love that they've, you know, worked on to harness, and to have that, you know, healthy give and take in a relationship. Because the stayer twins kind of get into this mindset where they've, you know, been working on themselves, and they are like, all right, am I ever gonna like get anything back? Like, not to say that they need something back from you, like it's not like you should never be working on yourself for someone else. You should be always doing it for yourself. But eventually you get to this point where you're like, I'm this super healthy whole person, like I want to share that with somebody, and they want to share that with you. They don't want anyone else. So I think now it's time for you to, you know, open yourself back up and, you know, take a look so that you can, you know, be there. And I see the solidarity and the giving is kind of like showing like the stayer twin doesn't need really anything from you besides the solidarity. They just need you to be there. And that's really it, because they can handle everything else on their own. Like they have successfully mastered their independence, and now all they really need is just, you know, you to be there next to them, not, you know, doing anything for them, really just being there with them. That's all they need. So we got healing begins. So I feel like the stayer twin, they have a lot of the healing energy that the runner twin needs in order to ascend to their highest good, highest level or whatever. And you can see this heart space area is activating, and then this energy down below is kind of like reaching its way up to come through all the chakras. And basically when union comes in, like, you're healing, they're healing, and then when union comes in and you guys come together and you give to each other, this like monumental healing kind of occurs, and it just brings both of you into a very complete like space where you're healing together instead of apart, and then that helps the rest of the world heal even more so than you being separate. Like the twin energy, once it unites, it's the most insane thing I've ever seen. Like I've seen twins, and even when like my twin and I are in communication, other people can feel the energy that comes from us. I don't know how to describe it, but like I've been around a twin who's in union, and people were like skipping out of the store after being around this guy, and I only know he's a twin just because like his energy, and to see the effect that he had on an entire grocery store, even myself, I felt it, and I was like, oh, hello. But like, yeah, it was nuts. So I definitely understand like why twins are here, like what their purpose is. So we got take the lead. So runners, this is basically asking you to take the lead, reach out, talk to your twin, do the healing, get this ball rolling, because you are the one kind of in charge. Not to say that you're in control, you don't control each other, but like you as the runner, you lead the journey per se, but the stayer leads the healing. So the stayer has all that healing energy because they have been working and learning and doing all this stuff, and they kind of feed it to the runner energetically, and then the runner is supposed to take the lead and kind of lead the life that they live, if that makes sense. So we got joy and stability. So that's like the outcome. Once this healing occurs, the runner takes the lead, gets the ball, gets the ship moving in the right direction. Joy and stability is what follows, and it kind of like, I like this card, how the energy is. So you got the, two energies that are coming together, and they're making this like bigger energy that just like encapsulates and circles out around them. So this is our runner kind of mastering that heart space. So, you got to master those emotions and, share them. Unlock that cage. Your divine counterpart holds the key to that. So you got to get in touch with them. And let's pull some of these little love cards, romance cards. I have a feeling a lot of the runners are going to be getting in contact with their stayer twins, because there's just so much healing going on right now in the world. So forgiving and learning, that is what the runner is doing right now. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So whether this has to do with your feminine, masculine, whatever, your stayer twin, or even a past like karmic or soulmate relationship, it's basically asking you to forgive and learn the lessons that were intended to be, obtained during that relationship or during the encounter, and, you know, really sort out those energies within your heart space, you know, what's true and what's false, and forgive yourself for anything that you feel that you've done wrong, either in the connection or in past relationships, because carrying around any grief or anything like that is a low vibration, and it keeps you kind of locked up in this little proverbial cage here. Let's see, how are the runners feeling in this connection? This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So this is someone that you've already been in connection with, someone that you've already, you know who this person is 100%. Like, there's no doubt in your mind. That's the person that always comes to your mind. You dream about them constantly. Like, they continue to show up. You continue seeing signs about them. And, that's the person that you need to give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So, give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I say that jokingly, lovingly. No, but give your relationship a chance, and, get started with, like, working things out. Whatever happened in the past can be forgiven. Everything can be forgiven. Obviously, this relationship isn't something that anything really terrible happened with. I'm not seeing that or feeling that here. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding, and I feel like you may not even really know the person. Like, I mean, you know who they are, but, like, you both know each other on a surface level, and there was misunderstandings, and that's why, you're not really knowing which way to go, because you're not really sure how this person's going to react if you try to come back in. But I promise you, they will be very happy to hear from you. You just have to, take your little baby steps and just let them know, hey, I'm here for you. I want to be in your life. How can we make this work? Let's do some self-care cards. What can the runner do right now as a form of self-care? Create art. Spend time with animals and energy works. This is like meditation, any kind of like yoga, exercise. Mostly meditation though. When you meditate, you like connect with your higher energies, and it really brings in a lot of insight, and you'll actually start seeing a lot of like signs and guidance in your physical world that'll kind of like help you figure out what you need to do. And then spend time with animals. Animals are very grounding and healing, and they are their own messengers. A lot of like our pets that we have are actually soulmates, and just being with them makes you feel better, helps raise your vibration. I know if I've had a rough day and I come home and spend time with my pup, I just feel like 10 times better. And then create art. I don't know, whatever kind of art you're into. I don't know if you draw, paint, anything like that. Your creative abilities comes from your sacral chakra, and it kind of like balances that out by utilizing that energy. And then when you're in your creative energy, it kind of helps you, feel more confident to take action. And that is pretty much all I have for you, runners. I wish you all the best, and do not hesitate to make an effort, take the lead, as this energy says here, and just be there for your counterpart. I promise you, will love to hear from you. All right, you guys have a good rest of your day.